back to my podcast. Today I'm going to be speaking about something that I've only told a few people in my life before because it was just such a weird experience. I believe they're called interdimensional beings, and I'll explain why I believe that's the reason why I'm calling them that, because I believe that they can travel through different or multiple dimensions at the same time. Basically, this was about, I would say, almost over 10 years ago. So it was a while back, but I remember it very vividly, like it was yesterday, because it's just one of those things that you don't forget, once you experience it, you're not going to ever forget it because it was very unique. So I was actually with somebody at the time I was dating. It was in Arizona, all the way in Maricopa. And Maricopa over there is, at that time, I would say about 10 years ago, it was a lot more different, less people there, and less light pollution during the nighttime too. We would just see a lot of different activities going on. And I have different podcasts coming up, but I want to talk about one of the activities that I've seen, that I've experienced myself over there. And that's actually witnessing a flying rod. I didn't know what it was called when I've seen it. Flying rods are creatures that they're extremely fast. Like, if you look it up yourself online, you will see what they look like. And they even have like different video footages that look exactly like the one that I've seen. But the one that I saw was, I would say, how long was it? I would say it was about 12 inches or more. And it was not that in width. It was probably about, I would say, 4 to 5 inches, but I'm not very sure about that. But it wasn't too thick. It was just mostly, it was thinner than that, but it was longer. And they were brownish looking. And at the time we were like basically just smoking cannabis on the balcony at that time, 10 years ago, with the person that I was dating. And we weren't taking any other drugs to make us, or this was not different. This was the same thing that we've been, basically most people say, well, because you were extremely high. No, that's not the case, because we both seen it and we both at the same time thought that we were crazy. But once we, of course, talked about it to each other, we knew that we saw it in person. Like, we saw what we saw 100%. And I didn't have enough. It was like a split few seconds, so it's not enough time to grab the phone, turn around, blah, blah, blah. And this was about like almost 10 years ago, so I don't even know the part that like getting the footage and stuff like that. So they fly really, really fast. It came right in the middle of us, and when it came right down, it just appeared out of nowhere. It appeared out of nowhere, and it came right in between, like brrr, like this. Like, it was like almost like a engine type of sound, but it was like a natural, I don't know how to explain it. Like, it was like brrr, like as if it was a flying bird, or not a flying bird, but it's a flying rod. That's what it's called. But anyhow, so it came right in between us like that. And just as it came through, it disappeared right in front of us. Like, it came right in front of us, and then it went into an invisible world. Like, I don't know how to explain this, but this is the best that I can explain it. It literally just appeared within like a few seconds and disappeared. It was just crazy. And some of the illustrations, actually, I will probably have to put down in the description section. But both me and the other person who I was hanging out with, they were like, did we just hallucinate? And we did not, because we were just, for the most part, actually sober. Now, did we take a few hits before of cannabis? Sure, but that doesn't give you hallucinations like that. I don't care what anyone says. And so it was just basically, that's something that I wanted to, share on my podcast, because I thought it was interesting. Oh, okay. So it basically sounded like a small drone, I would say, but it looked organic and insect-like looking. So this is the reason why I think it's interdimensional, right? Because just as fast as it appeared, it looked like it went through some invisible wormhole. And I truly believe that these beings are either like, I don't know how to explain this, but they might be something that they call super solids. It's actually related to quantum physics, believe it or not. If you go all the way back to my first podcast, you will know what I'm talking about if you actually listen. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't think I mentioned the super solids, but anyhow, so the super solid quantum thing is something that, just like liquid and gas and how they can move from one dimension to the next, basically what they're saying is that super solids are solids that can move through different dimensions. So I do believe definitely that creature or being, whatever I've seen, it's one of those type of super solid beings. I don't know, it might sound crazy, but I was just amazed that also other people have experienced this special, rare, unknown creature. They have sightings of this creature in places like Southern California, Scotland, Mexicali, and of course in Arizona, where I've seen it. So it's just very interesting. And if anyone else has the same similar experience with different creatures, please go ahead and write it in the comment section. I'm very interested, and I might even have you as a guest one day. You never know. So thank you for listening, as always.